This is section 6.3, page 1 on multiplication and division of fractions. So the first problem here asks us to show 3 times 3/4 with fraction circles. All right, when we look at this, we can see that we only have 1/4 shaded. So please go ahead and change this so that it says 1/4. Okay, so now let's talk about it. Remember that multiplication is repeated addition. So this means we have 3 1/4. So here's a fourth, here's a fourth, here's a fourth. There are 3 of them. Okay, each one is a fourth. Each one is a fourth. Okay, so how many do we have all together? Well, when we put them all in the same circle, we see that we have 3 shaded. And how many is the whole circle divided into? 4. Okay, so we have that 3 times 1/4 equals 3/4. Okay, on to the next problem. Again, we're asking to find 3 if we have 3/8. So each one of these represents 3/8. Notice that the whole fraction strip is divided into 8 equal pieces. So each one represents 3/8. And we're doing that 3 times. Okay, so when we add them all together, we're going to have 3, 6, 9 all together. So the answer here would be 9, and each whole now is divided into 8 pieces. Don't count all the boxes. The denominator is how many wholes, how many parts the one whole is divided into. So let's write that down here. The number, let me slide this a little bit just so you can see it. The number of equal parts that the whole, that we'll say one whole is divided into. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, so we would say that 3 times 3/8 equals 9/8. Now we can also see from the picture that that's one whole and then another 1/8, 1/8. Again, we have one of 8 pieces that the whole is divided into. Okay, so as we do this problem, we have now 4, and we've got how of what? 2/3, and we're showing it on the number line. So we want to make sure that we're taking 2/3. Well, one whole is divided into how many pieces? The denominator's 3, so 3 equal pieces. So from 1 to 2, we've divided into 3 equal pieces. Okay, so this is a piece, this is a piece, this is a piece. You can look here without any arrows. From 0 to -1, 1, 2, 3 pieces. Okay, so what do we want? We want 2/3, and we want it 4 times. So here is 2/3. Notice we took 2 pieces. Again, take 2 pieces, and we're doing that 4 times. So we can count over how many we've gone: 2, 4, 6, 8. And how many pieces is a whole divided into? That's always what the denominator is, 3 pieces. All right, so we found that 4 times 2/3 equals 8/3. Okay, so as you're looking at these, you want to be thinking, what is the rule? Which is what we're going to come up with here soon. Okay, so now we're trying to do the multiplication of an integer by a fraction. So here we have our fraction, and we're multiplying it by the integer. So what are we supposed to do? Well, so we are supposed to take our whole and partition it into b equal parts. So whatever the denominator is, partition it into equal parts, that many equal parts, and then take the numerator, that many of them. So here we have 25. So notice that we have 25 dots here, okay, 5 times 5. Then we're supposed to partition it into 5 equal groups, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equal groups. And then we're taking 3 of them. So this is the first group we take, then this group, then this group. That's 3 groups. Okay? So we're finding that we have 3/5 times 25. Well, how many dots do we have? If we count them up, 5 times 3 is 15. Okay? So we will have to see how we go about coming up with a rule. We've got another type of problem to do. Oops, let's start a new video at this point.